Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, holy fucking
shit.
shit.
Holy shit. Holy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be reviewing the cult classic 1979 Russian art house sci-fi classic Stalker, directed by master Russian filmmaker Andrei Tarkovsky. It was his last movie that he made in Russia. It has now become a classic film and is featured in many lists of the greatest films ever made. We all watched it in preparation for the video, right, guys?
Yeah.
And right? Oh, shit. Sean, you want to start us off with your thoughts?
I'll say I can see why people enjoy it and why people think super highly of it. And I found myself intrigued with a lot of what was going on, but I was a little disappointed with the movie takes you on this crazy journey, and it's a pretty long runtime, close to 3 hours, and I feel like I didn't gain a lot at the end of it, which might be, the point of the movie. Like, it's not about the journey, it's about whatever, but I did feel disappointed at the end.
Yeah, that's completely...
I just ran into the rat.
That's completely fair, Sean. It's definitely, and one thing I appreciate about the film in that regard is that it does take bold swings, and it is very polarizing. It is a film where, it's not going to hold back from what it wants to be. Oh shit, I got killed by a rat. And I mean, it's definitely a style that for some is going to really work and some is really not going to work. And it really just depends on personal preference. But I respect how much of a bold swing the film ended up taking. Daniel, what did you think of the film?
I can definitely agree with that. It's a very, very bold film, It's like, it goes off on its own sort of message. If I could avoid this red here. But I got to say, it was really genius, with the casting decisions, getting Santa to be really, really buff. Bringing in Dwayne The Rock as like head of Elf.
Wait a minute. Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah, he was in that one, right? He was in.
This movie was made in 1979.
Yeah,
I don't think he was alive.
He was in it.
Yeah,
Either way.
Maybe he looked like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
He was kind of
maybe
similar.
You got confused.
No, I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure that was Dwayne. I really thought that like the overall like look of the film was really, really nice.
I agree. Some of the best cinematography I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was shot super well.
1,000%. Gotta love a lot of the snow shots too. Were really cool, getting like the whole North Pole visuals. Really made stuff.
The Russia. Visuals.
Yeah, Russia. You mean Russia, not North
Pole.
I
guess
right?
They're kind of close together. I think that makes sense.
Wait, guys. I think what we haven't done yet is we failed to tell our audience the basic premise of the film.
Yeah.
Maybe we should dive into that. Daniel, do you want to give a quick overview?
Yeah, I would love to. So this is Christmas Eve. Obviously, like it's a very big idea.
I don't remember it specifically taking place on Christmas Eve.
It might have been close by. Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it might have been.
But so basically, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is the head of...
I don't think he was Dwayne. But...
Okay, so there's this security team around protecting Santa Claus named ELF for short. And basically, what has to happen is they have to protect Santa Claus from any like issues or anything that would happen.
Wait, Daniel. I think you're talking about the movie Red One.
No, I think I'm talking about Stalker.
Sean, we watched Stalker, right? 1979?
Andrei Tarkovsky, the guy who made MORA, right?
Yeah.
This is Stalker. And it's their whole journey to save Christmas from Grýla the Christmas witch.
Dude, you did not watch Stalker.
Daniel, I think you watched Red One, not Stalker.
No, it's Stalker. I'm telling you, I watched Stalker.
Stalker is about a journey of three men who were trying to go to a post-apocalyptic room to find their greatest desire.
Yes, the three men being Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Chris Evans, and J.K. Simmons, because they have to save Christmas.
I think what makes Stalker...
Where is everyone?
Such a memorable film is one, the just tone of the whole movie, which is accomplished very well through the incredible sound design and the sets that some of which were actual real nuclear waste or abandoned nuclear power plants.
Oh, especially the portion in the pipes with the meat grinder. That's boy.
Yeah, the meat grinder. That was in Stalker.
Yeah.
So you did watch the movie.
But despite the great visuals that this game might have with this cheese texture, it's not going to make up for the lackluster ending, I think.
Well, in my opinion, I think that sort of goes in line with Tarkovsky's ultimate message that not only is life disappointing, but we ourselves are disappointing. These are three men in this story who, in the end, are too cowardly to really face their true selves. And
I feel like if they had really wanted, like, it's very interesting because at the end I was sort of mad, like, oh, if their deepest desire was to destroy the room, then they would have just gone in the room and the room would be gone. But
like in Stalker.
But I really do wish that someone went into the room. It makes more sense for them not to, but there's obviously the desire of them wanting to go into the room. I think that would have really helped them save Santa Claus a lot earlier.
Daniel, holy fucking shit! You're talking about fucking red wine. We're trying to talk about Tarkovsky.
I'm talking about Tarkovsky. I don't know what you're talking about.
Actually, this is a perfect segue. I think something that we've really failed to mention yet is that Tarkovsky really is one of cinema's greatest artistic voices. And I think what that truly comes down to is Tarkovsky is one of the only, if not the only directors in history to really treat the filmmaking medium as art. He wasn't really particularly trying to communicate he wasn't trying to communicate plot or anything. That obviously wasn't his intention. And his intention, of course, is not to entertain or to make money. That his goal purely is to evoke emotions within the audience. And he does that very expertly through his very long takes and this very lonely existential atmosphere. The whole movie, in my opinion, sort of feels like an existential black hole. It gives you this incredible sense of dread, as if you're just falling down into a pit of nothingness and the existential despair that comes with that.
Yeah, I was definitely dreading quite a few things. Like if Santa wasn't returned, there would just be no Christmas. Like that really led to this big sense of dread amongst like me while I was viewing, because obviously you want to have him there for Christmas. But in that same vein, there is still this sort of hope in it. Like, whenever the movie is in color, I think that it symbolizes hope. I think that's,
like in Stalker.
I don't know. Like some of the side characters were sort of just there almost to serve the role of a side character. Didn't feel as fleshed out on their own, especially like Krampus. But overall,
I do agree with you there. I mean, Krampus, like, he was built up to be like Santa's brother, and he kind of just like came and went, like he should have had more of a role. He appeared at the end to help them fight the snow demon, but then he just got bodied.
I might say, in relation to the Krampus question, that I think that they should have just cut that Krampus scene out of the whole movie entirely, because it was on such a good pace. As I was like really excited about them saving Christmas at that point. And I don't really think that section was necessary, because they went there to find something and then it wasn't even there. So then they had to regroup and then find out where that thing was again.
Interesting.
I just went that way.
I think one thing that we failed to mention so far, what makes Stalker so good, is the character arcs.
Yes.
Of Chris Evans at the beginning of the movie. He's an asshole. He doesn't spend enough time with his kids. But through the spirit of Christmas, he learns his faults as not only as a father, but as a person in general.
Yes.
And he vows to do better. And in the end, we both metaphorically and literally see him in his child form, his purest form. All right, guys. I think that wraps up all the thoughts we have in this film. Make sure to let us know down in the comments what you thought about Red 1 2024.
Let us know if you agree. Let us know if you disagree.
If you disagree, don't say anything.
If you disagree, fuck you. But if you agree with us, feel free to let us know. Anyway, that's about all for today. Bye-bye, guys.